Hello, this is Gray. I am a poet with the Salt City Slam team, and I've got a poem here for a contributor, Amanda Allen. Amanda Allen contributed to our 2014 Salt City Slam National Poetry Slam Battle Fund. Kind of a long name. Might consider cutting two-thirds of that. But anyway, thank you so much, Amanda Allen. You've been really supportive for the last couple years, and so I really appreciated that. And here's a poem for you. I hope you enjoy it. Right, and I just want to put a mention in here that this poem is written in the style of my fiance, Rebecca May. In fact, she even contributed and helped with the evolution of the idea of the piece. So here you go. My girlfriend thinks I'm a whale. Not the kind of whale that happens after a death. Those whales that go to a funeral and then hang around. The kind that live in water. I asked her if that was a fat joke, and she told me, "Shut up, whales don't talk." Whenever I try to talk to her, it sounds like, ooh, 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 ooh. She tries to drown me day in and day out. In her defense, she thinks she's saving me. I tell her that whales must breathe out of water. I try to explain how whales come up for air, and she tells me to shut up because whales don't talk. I think she has really been training me to be both large and graceful so that she could ride on my back whenever guests come over. I could breach out of water splashing all of her guests at cocktail parties, and they'd applaud and ask for more. I try to point out my arms and legs. I try to show her my opposable thumbs. I try to hold her like a human would. She thinks this is amusing, that a whale could think that it's human. Then she proceeds to feed me raw shrimp and carp as a reward for my escapades. And after a while, I admit I just gave in and went along with it. I mean, I love her to death. And I want her to love me too. I mean, we all have to make sacrifices. I figure sacrificing land for water is so minor. And I read somewhere that whales were once land animals. After several million years, they decided they missed the oceans and crawled back in. If they could adapt to survive, then so could I, especially in the name of love. I made whale sounds and dolphin sounds. She didn't really know the difference. I would leap out of the bathtub, clapping my hands like I was breaching, and she squealed with joy. The relationship took a drastic turn when she came home with a harpoon. She had tears in her eyes, and she tried to explain to me that it was time. I had lived to the limit of my whale life, and I would simply be too old and decrepit to care for. That this was for the best, so that I wouldn't suffer. I told her that I was 25 years old, and with all the swimming I had been doing for the last several years, I was in peak condition. Michael Phelps didn't have anything on me. She shushed me, stroked me between the eyes. She said I was going to the well heaven in the sky. I tried to reason with her, tell her that the skies were more for birds. I don't think whales go up there when they die. They wouldn't know what to do. She told me that whales don't talk, so just be quiet and make this easier for both of us. I ran away, of course, naked, my body painted black and white, which made it hard for anyone to take me seriously when I told them that my girlfriend is thinking that I'm a whale and trying to attack me with a large harpoon. She chased after me in her large 1980 Monte Carlo that she nicknamed the Pequod, throwing the harpoon at me repeatedly, missing, reeling it back in, and throwing it again. Finally, after several days, she got the spear to stick. I didn't let up, though. I kept running, pulling the Pequod along after me. She was determined. She didn't let go, hands clamping down hard on the tow rope, white knuckles, the coarse rope rubbing her palms raw until there was no more skin left on them. I ran for miles, unrelenting, across several states, losing a lot of blood. Finally, I reached the coast, found my way to the cliffs of Big Sur. I figured by jumping off, she would finally let go, but she kept holding strong. We both plummeted into the ocean, right before we hit the water and went under. I turned around and looked into her eyes, to see if there was anything recognizable in her, to see if she could recognize me as not a whale, but as someone who loves her. What I saw, though, was the wild look of someone lost in pure ecstasy. Because my girlfriend did a lot of ecstasy. So that's probably where she got a lot of her delusions from, that I was a whale. and then she murdered me. Anyway, so there you go, Amanda. I hope you appreciate that, and I hope you're doing well. And if you are watching this and you'd like to make a contribution and have a poem written for you, see what we can come up with, go ahead and donate right up here to our Indiegogo campaign. And we love writing poems for you. That's what we do. And I also want to thank some of our local contributors, local businesses that have contributed. They've been so great. The Jitterbug Coffee Hop, the Off Broadway Theater, the King's English, and the Vertical Diner. These are all great establishments that have been very supportive. Also, please support our slam venues, the Sam Miller's Bookshop in Charlie Square, as well as Joffee's Coffees over there in Sugar House. Thank you. That's all for now, and have a wonderful day.